Game capture. Call of War. Day 15. Doing great. Invading Africa. Welcome to the stream. This will be a rather short one, more of an oversight. I was thinking that today's lesson was gonna be a bit more like what happens after a long nights of restful Corona sleep here in Sweden. Oh yeah, you open up the game. It's your lunch break. You're a bit sick, working from home, and you check out your resources. You check out your front reports, and you can see, oh my God, French Sudan declared war on me, and Upper Volta. So now I'm at war with. Oh shoot, this is not good. Okay, I'm now at war with 2 AI powers. Remember how I told you that in this version of the game, the AI, I don't know if it's because I have been stacking up a huge amount of troops on his borders, or if the AI has kind of a... Any programmer, feel free to inform me how this actually works. Because yesterday Upper Volta declared war on me, and now French Sudan. I don't worry too much about it because I was aiming to attack them anyways, but I am a little bit worried about their navies. Because they have... My navy, remember, is very small. We'll talk about that very soon. Here are 2 level 1 cruisers, for example. That is from French Sudan. That is quite a large naval force. So that was okay. I was kind of ready for it, but having it happen during the night when you're sleeping and being away from keyboard, AFK, is always a little bit of a unpleasant surprise. So, as you can see, I have established a beachhead. Don't know if I mentioned that in previous stream, but I have secured Monrovia, the capital, former capital of Liberia, and I'm setting up a propaganda office which will increase my morale more rapidly. Not that far away from my capital yet. Ooh, it's here, but you know, this will be my high morale province in Africa, where I pull back my damaged troops and repair and refit them. And remember, boys and girls, the higher the morale of the province, the faster the unit will repair. And as far as I'm aware, every 24-hour click you get a certain percentage of strength back depending on the morale of the province. Don't know exactly how the repair function works. I guess I should learn by googling or checking out forums. This is a bit downbeat. Let's check the next one. So Monrovia is gonna be kind of my capital of my new African empire. Right. Okay, so yeah, let's do the on screen. This is not gonna be... I don't expect a lot of trouble overrunning these guys on land. It will take me a bit of effort to take out their naval forces, because I'm not that strong on the sea. So usually when you invade a province like this, Kankan has a nice fort in it, or field fortification. You split up and you take your fastest unit, which in this case are my armored cars. You send them ahead. Wait, what's happening here? Right. So, oh, yeah. And you move them ahead, because once you capture this province, the rest of the force, the slow artillery, etc., are gonna move a little bit faster, because you're only moving half speed on enemy territory. So that's why you wanna... that's probably a good use for paratroopers, even if you're in a hurry. Also, if you don't plan on sitting and watching the game constantly, you can break out your fast units and your defensive units, like that, and you can move them ahead of the artillery you can set them up to be able to capture this province a bit faster, and also to protect your artillery. Because let's say this is a big army and he goes south to attack you. Sure, you defend with these units, but he will also be attacking your artillery. So they won't be firing long-range bombardment fire. They will be engaged in close combat. Whatever. So in this case I would certainly win, but if this was a big army, I would not want them to strike. I would want my land combat units to sit ahead, and my artillery that's gonna stop, I think, about here and fire. And also this allows me to grab this province a little bit faster. But you don't want to send them too far ahead, because then you can get attacked. These units are better at defending, so you want him to attack you. So make an approximation of how far you go before he could actually engage with you, and then sit there, defend, and let the artillery take him out. Hello viewer, how are you today? Are you learning a lot about Call of War? And then you rinse and repeat this process all over the map. So I guess this unit here with a total of 8 artillery is gonna split up, and I'll send this towards the town here. What have we got here? 10 artillery, alright. Okay, I guess I'll split these guys up as well. Take the armored car and 5 artillery. That's half the force. And send them to the border of this province here. Right. Okay, so these guys are not great at firing on ships. Rocket artillery has 3.2 firing on ships. Remember that South America being Axis, they have increased unit damage. So I couldn't tell you what a regular Nebelwerfer rocket artillery has. I think it's 15% bonus they have, the Axis, which is quite a substantial attack bonus. So if I started moving these guys, you know, I would be constantly be bombarded by this force and harassed, and I just have to sit here and fight it out, and see if my navy... I'm not at war with Mauritania yet, it seems. Or am I? No. So I'm gonna move down here. No, don't attack. I need... Oh, and there we go. I just engaged that because he just came within that circle. Okay, so that's something I didn't know. I thought the firing range was the outer white circle, but it certainly appears like it's the inner kind of dimmed out circle that is the limit for the firing range. So now I'm firing on him. That's good. So I guess I'll finish him off with my submarines. Remember, cruisers are not great anti-submarine units. So it will be quite a while before I have cleared out all these random AI nation naval forces. Okay, and I'm gonna send over 2 bombers. No, not patrol. Oh yeah, yeah, patrol. Wait, sorry. Where's the split? Split up. So I can only move 2 units at the same time. I'll send them over here, I guess. So now these... No? That didn't work. Sometimes the UI is a bit wonky. 1, 2. And I order them to patrol, and I want them to go to that location. Okay, now they broke off. So they're using my carrier here in the middle, which has a maximum of 2 aircraft limit. And I'll use my 2 fighters. Oh my god, I lost... how did that happen? I wasn't aware. I had two fighters here, and apparently they have been chewed up and shot down. So I lost a fighter during the night. Don't know how that happened. I'm gonna. Okay, I better land that in Monrovia for now, and I'll escort my bombers over this province. I guess one of these AI nations sent some air units to fight here when I wasn't watching. Eight artillery units. I guess I'll engage this unit and do the same here. I'll protect my artillery with forward. I have to leave some troops behind in the fort. So now my artillery is gonna sit and between the armored cars and the infantry here on this stretch of road. Okay, these guys have 2 anti-air and these have one. Okay, that's good. These have no anti-air. So what I should do is I should take 1 anti-air and send it around here. It'll be a while for them to catch up. These guys have anti-air, that's good. Okay, I can use this force to kind of outflank down to here. I'll take the risk and break off the armored cars. After all, that's the purpose of these units. To scout ahead, move rapidly into enemy territory. Glad to see these have 1 anti-air unit. This guy, what's he doing? He'll join those. It's a bit mixed between I'm calling the rocket artillery regular artillery. So I don't expect these nations to have huge air forces, but you know, who knows, maybe. So better be safe than sorry. And I am lagging behind definitely in the area of air security. Oh, I'm building artillery. Right, I should have built anti-air units instead. What was I thinking? Okay, they're very. Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking. Since I just researched day 12 level 4 artillery, I was thinking that hey, these are modern, and day 6 level 3 anti-air, they're old, and if I build them I will just have to research and upgrade them, and I'm not gonna need anti-air, which is kind of true. Okay, so that's what I was thinking, but I wish I had more anti-air. Well, that's what I'm saying, protecting, because if these were human players, they sure could put a lot of hurt on my artillery stacks. So remember, boys and girls, don't leave your artillery stacks unguarded. Now my cruisers escorting the carrier here. Didn't I have another cruiser built? No, I guess not. No? So, Libya is telling me something. I'm at war with Algeria. It's quite even so far. Alright, so Libya is fighting Algeria. I guess that's good news for me. First, Algeria is inactive, so I'm pretty sure it has been a human player, because otherwise the AI usually don't expand outside their starting borders, but these striped provinces are captured provinces. So Algeria probably was a human player, took some provinces, and then decided to not finish the campaign, whereas Libya has a green dot, so it's an active player, and he's playing, and now he's trying. Yeah, but this tells me that Algeria might be a little bit more powerful AI nation than normally, because it's been kind of improved by a human player. So these two guys are fighting it out. Well, this one guy is fighting it out. That suits me just perfectly. Because either I could make him a friend and let him have a part of Africa, and I'll grab the rest around him. Oh no, Gabon decided to move into Volta, so now I need to make a maximum push towards this direction. I would like to get first to the capital, didn't see that, and I'm gonna end up with a border against a human player. A very small human player, but still a human player. AI nations are, excuse me, always nicer to fight against. Well, I am pushing ahead as fast as I can with my armored cars, remember that. So as you can see, if I go through a new day, it usually takes a lot longer to kind of take in all the details, and then when I usually stream, I usually just do an overview. Say 15 minutes is my approximate goal. But if I go through everything, I spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour on the campaign when your territories are this big, and then I have another campaign going. So over a day, I might spend 1 to 2 hours streaming, and that's every day. So this game is quite time consuming, and that also includes maybe logging in, checking it's just a minute or two every couple of hours, so that nothing happens, like declaration of war or surprise attack from your neighbor. Like who knows, Mexico could have decided to send a huge all its armed forces down here and just invading me, or down here. I don't know. There's no, I don't have any spies. He says he wants to be friends with me. Yada yada. Yeah, I'm not talking about Mexico. I'm talking about, if you play this, you need to log in ever so often. Just make a glance, check your reports, and log out again. Okay, let's go on. I'm just gonna check the time. We're at 17 minutes. So I'm slowly transferring my naval forces over here. So I'll use my air forces, and I'll use my air forces to push ahead to the east as fast as possible here, and I'll put Sudan, the capture of Sudan, it's gonna be my secondary, non-prioritized target. Right, that is the African situation. A parachute popped up here in Taboo. That is good, because a paradrop, supply drop, gives either resources or it gives something called a blueprint, and whenever they introduce new forces, like for example the commandos are kind of new, you need blueprints to actually be able to build those, and I need 3 out of 6 more. I could buy them for 12,500. That is expensive. That's a lot of gold. So either I get some resources, but I am actually hoping for a blueprint. I would guess it's about a 50-50 what you get. I mean, it's not bad to get more resources, but it's kind of nice to have all the top tier troops. So that's an advantage you get from playing this game a lot, which I have been in the past. Should I actually engage Odien instead of going up into Buguni? Let's take them out on the way. I can kill those off, and then I could turn east and ignore. I'm not gonna send this army up north. I'm gonna send them to the east here, but I'm gonna kill these troops first. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna bother you much with setting up my detailed production, because that would make the stream too long, but I will show you something about my income numbers. Remember, I was discussing how the day number 15 times 100, 1500 would be an estimate. I guess that doesn't really work, but anyways, what's interesting here is that 18, 17, 19, 19, 2300, 2200. My oil and rare materials production is quite a lot higher than the others. Why is that? Well, I'm building factories here. I have huge stockpiles of food, goods and manpower and some of metal. So I don't need them. So I've been building mostly factories, especially oil, but also a few rares. Because I need to get those productions up, because that's what I'm gonna need to build factories of other kinds. So look at my, if you look at my fuel production provinces here in the ledger, you can see that I've almost maxed out, or am maxing out, and I'm building in every single province, even these single fuel low production. You can increase it from 333 up to oh, that's 1,000. That's a core province, I guess. Well, you can increase the production quite substantially. Now, remember, if you check my New Zealand campaign, I'm hovering around 1700, 1800. Well, if you can push by very expensive but a high effort production increase, you can get it up to 2200, 2300. That is 25, 30, 35% more, and that's every day. And that equals, say, 12, 15,000 per day, and that ticks on, and that gives you more capability to increase industry and resource production, troop production. So yeah, infrastructure and industry building helps. So look at these numbers; these are huge. And that's only because I'm at peace, not having to defend, not having to increase my military budget, being able to focus a lot of forces in a small area. So South America is turning out to be, at least industrially and resource production wise, much more powerful than New Zealand is. Just to compare two nations. I touched on this before, but a large landmass with closeness to the capital, with higher morale, well, especially not being at war and bordering many human nations, it's advantageous. So I'm saying South Africa is in a rather good position. Although this is fun, I need to say this before we end today. Spain wrote me late last night, and he said, "Please help me. Germany is taking all my resources." So he's kind of in chat through diplomacy telling Spain, if you don't want me to run you over, give me most of your resources. Which is a very smart move actually, because Spain is obviously harvesting more resources from their core provinces than Germany would get from them conquering him. And also he doesn't have to conquer them. So he's kind of set up a hostile puppet in Spain, which is it's a fun little detail, and poor Spain is really unhappy about it. I would probably just leave the map and play something else. Also, Germany, being the fascist bastard he is, he's role-playing this quite well. He has the Lebensraum in the east, he has made peace with Japan. It's almost the man in the high castle, do electrical cheap dream, like Germany, Japan, splitting up the world between them, etc. And a fascist South America down here. Anyway, he forced Spain to accept and exile Bolivia, taking Lisboa and Bahia, and says that if you invade this area, I will invade you. Which he certainly could do, because Germany obviously is very powerful in this campaign, having almost twice as many points as I do, and no one is even close to him, and he's still got, areas to expand into, like Siberia. Remember, Siberia is as plentiful resource-wise as Central Europe, for example, in this game. It's not realistic at all. It's balanced for multiplayer. It's a sandbox game after all, not a historical realism simulator, like say Hearts of Iron or something. So that's kind of a cool, funny effect. And if I should power game this the best I can, I should probably just gobble up Africa. But I kind of feel like, I need to go and save Spain and be the hero of the day. And although I'm definitely not strong enough to fight Germany alone, but we'll see. Maybe Iraq and Ethiopia could help me, That might be a challenge for, even for Germany. He was very powerful right from the beginning, so definitely a goal spammer. Thought that was a very cute, fun story, and uh, we'll see what happens. But first I was like, oh, I should prioritize pushing up the coast and getting close to Spain, see what happens. Now I need to go east instead into Volta. So, even though this is a very quiet campaign, I should probably do some diplomacy now and not just focus on my little local area of the world in Africa. Like, now I need to start talking to whatever human nations remain in this campaign and see how it's gonna, the end game's gonna turn out. Alright, if there are any questions, comments, I'd be happy to hear them. I'm talking a lot, and maybe I should, I don't know if I'm mentioning interesting points, but I certainly hope I am. I think this could be a bit of a learning process, and also how free-for-all works, and Call of. Alright, we finished Monrovia Propaganda Office, and then you now have the delicate decision, which is gonna be my next building to construct. Should it be a bunker, fort? Should I have more propaganda offices? I don't feel like I need to produce troops here, but should I increase my refuel, no, decrease my refuel time, making it a better airbase? Yeah, that's something I will consider. And thanks for watching. Feel free to ask questions in Twitch or YouTube or here in chat, and be careful out there. Take care, see you tomorrow, and have a good one. Take care, boys and girls. Bye for now.